The snow is melting, March break is near, which kind of means spring is on the horizon. Now, I may be getting ahead of myself, but in the world of real estate, spring is a prime time for buying and selling. But will that happen this year? After all, the economy is rather turbulent. We have threats of tariffs, and the dollar is very low. So how will that affect the housing market? For answers, or at least a discussion about issues such as this, I chatted with the new president of the Oakville, Milton, and District Real Estate Board, Ken Mazurek.
The real estate market is primarily driven on consumer confidence, and consumers like it when there is stability. The analogy I'll kind of use is like the start of a sprint at the Olympics, where everyone gets in the blocks and you're excited. Mortgage rates have come down. People are looking to buy and sell. Then all of a sudden it's, okay, there's tariffs. Let's get everyone back to the starting block. Okay, there's no tariffs. Let's go. Nope, they might be coming again later. Okay, there's a provincial election. There's a potential federal election. So a lot of people are kind of holding still while there's a bit of uncertainty here. They just really want to know what's going to happen. Because when consumers, both buyers, sellers, are confident in what market conditions are, they're more likely to either list their property for sale or make a big purchase. When there's kind of that looming uncertainty, that creates a bit of hesitation and kind of pulls people back to the sideline to say, maybe we'll just wait a bit until we have a bit more clarity with exactly what's going to be happening.
Well, that's just it. I mean, the fact of the matter is, we just don't know what is going to happen. But I would think that anyone that is considering buying a so-called, fixer-upper and doing massive renovations would be extremely reluctant to do so because of the tariffs and the implications on materials. Have we seen this? Like the new builds slow down?
We absolutely have. And as you know, the provincial government has forecasted they need 1.5 million homes to be built by 2031. And the concern now with these potential tariffs are materials and products needed for this new construction. Whether you're building a primary residence, a single family home for yourself and your family, am I going to get the oven, the windows, the doors, whatever you're purchasing? And then you can amplify that if you're talking about a 300 home subdivision. You can only imagine how much raw materials needed, or a high-rise apartment. So the real concern is potentially the long-term effects of all these tariffs. It's not something that will likely be immediately felt in terms of new starts and new construction for homes. It's something that is going to play out a couple years down the road, because a lot of developers or even individual families are just putting those plans on hold. And obviously, if you're not going to build a new home, the home you're in doesn't become available for another buyer. So it creates a bit of a logjam effect throughout the whole property ladder.
Now, in real estate, there is, what's known as the spring boom, right? I mean, families buy houses so they can move in the summer. Kids can start in a new school in the fall. Is it even possible for you to predict whether that will happen this year?
Great question. I don't know if my crystal ball is going to work totally well. I'm not huge on predictions, but I like to look at data and overall trends. And I would say the silver lining in all this is that despite all the challenges our real estate market has faced, with increased interest rates, a change to the capital gains tax, which affected people looking to purchase investment properties, the US election, tariffs, a provincial election, a federal election, property values have remained very resilient. We're down from our February 2022 peak. That was the high point in our marketplace. But despite all these challenges, values have remained very stable. So that has given consumers confidence. And a lot of sellers and buyers are now starting to say, how long can we continue to put this off? Right? People get jobs, babies are born, people get married. So eventually those major milestones in life necessitate a move, and we are seeing people transact. And January overall, there were some promising signs in terms of sales volume, in terms of property values. So we're trending in the right direction. The question is, how big a monkey wrench, for lack of a better word, could the US administration put into the spring market? But as of right now, I would say I'm cautiously optimistic for a good spring market.
So playing off the uncertainty, I always like to talk buying and selling first, but that all deflects on down. What has this meant for rental properties?
The rental market has also been well. We obviously had a big dip in rentals when COVID came. Not many people were looking to move, particularly if you're looking at like condo apartments and kind of those entry level rental units. We've seen prices rise, and now we're seeing them kind of level off. So the rental market has been heavy, but a little bit of that, how should I say, kind of euphoria has come out of it, which is welcome news because we are obviously welcoming new people. We have colleges and universities, so we need those rentals available. And really, we've made a big push as a real estate board to try and get more purpose-built rentals because we know that having affordable, stable rental housing is so critical to people getting on that property ladder, right? If you're able to have a great rental that falls within your budget, then you can save and aspire to getting that first home. So overall, a stable rental market with prices leveling out.